crossing at the moment via Skype. But joining me on the line is Elton Davids, the chairperson of the Cape Town Sport Council, of course, presenter here at Sports Federation TV. And Elton has specifically been quite busy on his own. Elton, how are things on your side?
All good, all good. Being a bit frustrated, climbing the walls, being stuck in a little house by yourself for 21 days. Remind me a bit of like Big Brother, if you remember that. The difference is here, I'm all alone versus there, Big Brother. There were lots of people and lots of interaction, but it's been fun. It's been hard work having to deal with federations and all the issues that still happen. Sport is still alive and active, even though we are in the same space and we're not touching or in practicing social distance.
Elton, you in particular have been very active from the first day, not only exercising at home, but you've been running some online exercise courses as well.
Yeah, JP, look at part of the challenge, and I run a boot camp out in Cape Town in Kenilworth, and part of the challenge for my clients was the fact that we're not able to train. So what I did was I created a Facebook exercise program every morning at 10 o'clock. And for the first couple of days, we did it 10 o'clock and 5 o'clock. It became very, very data intensive for my clients and also for myself. So we've now toned it down to a once a day 10 o'clock class, which is basically a 50-minute workout where we have 6 exercises, a 30-second, 45-second, 60-second, and a 30-second workout intervals, with a warm-up, with a cool-down, and lots of communication about health, wellness, exercise principles, all built into that one. So an education and an exercise program rolled into one.
Elton, do you think...
And that's live on Facebook every day.
Do you feel that this sort of activity is helping people not be tempted to go out the door?
JP, yeah, look, I mean, I have there are about 400 to 600 views per exercise per day on the live stream. Not necessarily on the live stream, but on the actual feed. People watch it and they do it, and people inbox me and give me all good and some bad comments about it, which I'm happy to take and improve. Some people are making donations and paying for it, others are not, which is also okay. But there are lots of other things happening on social media. Because I'm stuck at home, like everybody else, you spend lots of time on social media. You'll see there are lots of people running, lots of runners are running every single day. There's the backyard challenge where people need to run 2 kilometers every day, to run a marathon basically over 21 days. So people are coming up with all creative challenges. There's the plank challenge. People are doing a plank for a minute, then tagging someone else and say, can you do that? I did a press-up challenge where we did 20 press-ups, and then tag people, 20 people, and they then tag people. It's just things that we need to do to keep ourselves as sports people active. Because as you know, as a sports person, if you don't train within 3 days of your past activity, you start losing that fitness physiologically. And if we don't maintain that level of fitness, come end of 21 days, when we go back into exercise and back into formal training, we're going to have to start all from over again.
But Elton, you're a leader of sport in the Western Cape. You sit on the provincial structure. You're, of course, the chairperson of the Cape Town Sport Council. At the moment, the motivation around broadcasting is much more than just staying fit at home or coming up with a new fitness challenge. It's dedicated to fighting the spread of the coronavirus.
Absolutely. I mean, if you go to my Facebook timeline, I've asked federations to give us a summary of what's happening in their federation, what are they doing as a sport, and how are they keeping their athletes active. But we as administrators also need to be promoting social distancing and working with federations to look at ways of how to improve what they currently do. I'm working with a few federations on their constitutions currently, and they're re-looking their constitutions, they're looking their principles and protocols within their federations. During this quiet time, people are not sitting still. We have the time, let's use it productively to do something within our federation administratively. So when we come back, we're not going to be caught red-handed and saying, oh shucks, we had the time, we don't have the time now to do a constitution. Let's look at it, let's discuss it within your little committee, then send it out via email, via WhatsApp, and use people's time constructively to come up with principles around how to improve your sport, A, within your club, B, within your district, and C, within your province, and then obviously nationally.
Elton, what comes next for you guys now? Is it a continuation of, by the way, let's just quickly go to this. What time of day can people join you for the daily fitness exercise?
10 o'clock sharp every morning on Facebook on my personal timeline, Elton Davids, and then it's there for infinitum. I'm not going to remove it. So if you're working like some of us are working, then I've had people who said, I can't make it at 10 o'clock. I said, don't worry. Go onto our Facebook. You can see it there. You can do it at any time of day or night.
So the Facebook recording stays on the page if you've missed it in the morning. But of course, it's very nice to log on at the same time and give comments and give that interaction and see and send their well wishes to you and the other people that are watching at the same time.
Absolutely. I mean, there are people out in the Overberg that's using it from
Equestrian.
Across the world. There's people in Scotland, there's people in Australia, New Zealand. One of my clients has immigrated to New Zealand. He's using it, he's sharing with all his friends in New Zealand. So suddenly a little initiative in Cape Town has now gone worldwide, not because of my credit, but we understand that people need some activity to keep them occupied during this lockdown period across the world.
No, Elton, I think it's a fantastic initiative. I think it's what people need right now. One of the components that many people haven't thought about is the mental health and well-being of folks at home. Mental health right now is, of course, very important, and people need to feel connected. People need to feel comfortable and informed. Most important, people need to be feeling informed, and the broadcast platform that you're doing there is a fantastic messaging tool. So thumbs up from our side, really well done. I can't promise that I'm going to join you for every session, because at the moment I'm getting requested to do online karate and online swimming and online tennis, and now it's Elton Davis online fitness. It's a lot of online fitness stuff going on at the moment, and I also have to pick and choose which training I'm going to do. But great stuff, well done. What's coming now next on your side? With regards to the federations and the communication?
Look, the city of Cape Town has put out a draft event policy amendment document. The Exco and I have worked through it. There are no major significant changes. There's more cosmetic changes. So we'll be feeding that into the federations in the next day or so, just so they are aware that this document is out in the public domain. They're welcome to go through it. We will make our recommendations to them. They can then go out and make comments if they so desire on the policy, because it affects every single sporting code in Cape Town, every event organizer. This event policy affects you, me, everybody who hosts any form of event in Cape Town, because it affects how we operate and how we do business in Cape Town as a sports federation. Then part of something that's come on my radar is the fact that in Strandfontein, Cape Town, one of the sports fields have now just been commandeered for in Strandfontein, which is now going to be, say again?
For the homeless and for part of the coronavirus contribution.
Absolutely, there's that one, and then there's Wingfield, which are also going to be seconded to that process. So we as sports people just need to be aware that even though we are under lockdown, our facilities may be used by authorities to help contain this virus, maybe for isolation purposes or housing at this point. And we just need to be conscious that and also there are lots of people around who are unemployed, A, B, who could use a little bit of food. So just make a mental note in your community. As an example, there was a meme floating on Facebook this week that said, when you put out your rubbish can, put a can of food on there. Think of the guy who's out there doing your essential work in your stead, collecting your dirt,
to the essential services.
100%. The guy who falls in
under great risk. Of course,
yeah.
The essential services are really in the firing line at the moment for the coronavirus.
But I think we also need to be cognizant of the high density areas, that people need to be conscious. And I've started a thing where we try to get clubs in Cape Town to to collect soap and distribute it to people in high density areas, because yes, we know there's a shortage of running water in Kailicha and everywhere else, but think of the opportunity and the messaging of hygiene that you're passing to those people, just by virtue of the fact that you're giving them a bar of soap. They now understand that they need to wash their hands, they need to be more hygienic, not that they're not, but just that we need to contain this virus.
Yeah.
We need to help and hold hands with everybody, and sport is the biggest factor that can make the change, in my opinion.
Yeah. Elton, we're going to leave it at that. Even though we are on Skype and via the Wi-Fi, we still have to do a constructed time limit, as you know, on Federation TV. So we have the block to carry on. And you know, I know that me and you could probably carry on speaking like this for hours and hours. But we do have to, someone has to watch the clock. Once again, on that side, well done. We'll stay connected, stay safe. Don't be tempted to go out that door, and we'll keep the communication going.
Absolutely. Thanks, JP. Have a good day. Stay
Thanks,
safe.
Elton.
Stay indoors.
Right, folks. Of course, Elton Davids there, the chairperson of the Cape Town Sport Council, and of course, presenter here at Sports Federation TV. He's doing his bit.